John Jacon. Good morning. You're a councilman in South Utica, and you're announcing your reelection.
I am.
So, are things better in the Common Council right now? Are things better?
Oh, I think absolutely. I think we've got a really good working relationship between all the members of the Common Council. There's not a whole lot of political division. We're all working towards the benefit of the city.
Craziness. The Utica Common Council has a history of craziness.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure, I don't want to say this, but for a guy like me, this is kind of boring.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bill.
Yeah, I apologize.
We have some tension sometimes between some projects that the council would like to see done and the administration might not agree with, but in the end, it all comes together.
Speaking of agreeing with the administration, Chief Brooks, what are your thoughts? Everyone's going to ask that question.
Oh, sure. Everybody's going to answer. I don't know that I'm qualified to make an answer in terms of the administrative leave because without seeing the medical records, which still haven't been released, and I don't know that I would release them if I was Chief Brooks, but certainly it could have been handled better.
Yeah. Would you have, if you were handling it, how would you have handled that?
There's no way for me to make a decision without the proper information.
Got it. Okay. Do you feel after as many years as he's been, this is the one thing everybody talks about, after all of these years of service, to treat him this way and to exit and to walk him out and to do it that way, comment on that?
I don't believe that he was walked out in the sense that when you think that, somebody leaving a major corporation who was escorted out of the building by security, that certainly did not
Well, you don't
happen.
have to be a major corp, although I guess we are a major corporation here. We're owned by one of the third largest radio company in America. And I got to tell you, oftentimes when you're let go in radio, you don't find out until right after your show.
Well,
and the box is right there, all your things, your belongings, and they escort you right out.
Are they going to give you an opportunity with a live mic to let your feelings know?
That's a good point, because look at how it worked out for the mayor with Chief Brooks.
Absolutely,
he got in front of a live mic, and look how that worked out. What would you say the greatest accomplishment you would be proud of?
Two things that I'm most proud of in my first term. One is protecting the fire department and the complement. When the city decided that we needed to have someone in charge of EMS services within the fire department, running the ambulance service, the billing, everything like that, and we wanted to create a position of captain to handle those duties. The mayor's suggestion was that we reduce the firefighting complement by one firefighter. And I was one of the people who led the charge to not only create the captain's position, but maintain that line firefighter's position, because I know that quite often when it comes to staffing decisions, the firehouse on Shepherd Place in South Utica is the one that gets deprived the extra manpower so that we can roll 2 rigs out on calls instead of just 1.
All right. Does the ambulance service make money? That's always a big question that comes up every. You feel it does?
I believe it does.
Do you know it does, or do you believe it does?
I know it does.
Okay, and that's based on the reports and
based on what we see, the monies that we see in the budget and the expenditures that we have.
All right, Andrew.
What are some of the biggest concerns of your constituents in South Utica? What are some of their big concerns that you hope to address?
Biggest concerns are still the condition of our roads. We passed the referendum last year to increase the paving spending from $2 million to $5 million, and I think if you're a resident in the city of Utica, you're reaping the benefit of that decision.
Okay.
But still, people are impatient, and they don't care that their neighbor's street is getting paved and that overall we're doing more than twice the amount of paving than we've done in the past. When's my street going to get paved? Yeah. And so we're still working on a comprehensive plan to schedule what our completion time is going to be. Maybe not for we can't put together a plan for all of the streets at this point in time. All the streets will be done, but you really can only plan out about 3 years in advance.
What is the technical, where does South Utica begin? Is it at the Parkway?
Yeah, the district for me is from Oneida Street to the Parkway, so Oneida Street to the New York Mills line, and then Burstone Road south to the New Hartford line.
Is Utica College in...
Utica College is outside the district. That's in
outside
the
your district. So you officially have 2 hospitals in South Utica.
Well,
or Faxton would be on the other side.
Faxton is right across. In fact, Murnane Field is actually in the 2nd district.
Okay.
So it kind of makes a little jog over there by Shepherd Place and Rose Place.
Well, from someone just looking on the outside in, I'd give South Utica 3 hospitals, to be honest. What are your thoughts about downtown?
Overall, I'm in favor of the downtown plan. I think that because of the way the whole situation came together, it was very difficult for Mohawk Valley Health Systems to make announcements not knowing until the funding was actually secure. I think they're doing a better job now, and I look forward to being more engaged with the leadership at Mohawk Valley Health Services. But as I've told people for the last 2 years, the other major concern is what is going to be the reuse of existing facilities, and for me in particular, St. Elizabeth's Hospital.
One of the things you might have to vote on if reelected is the issue of the parking garage comes up, because right now it seems that there is no funder for this parking garage, and it's really going to be needed. It could be a portion coming from donations of the county, the city, the state, maybe Mohawk Valley Health Systems.
I've heard of some discussions that have been going on between the county, Mohawk Valley Health Systems, and the city. None of that information has been shared with the council yet.
How would you? Would it be worth taxpayer dollars being contributed towards the parking garage and towards the hospital project?
Well, parking garage and the hospital project are really two sides of the same coin. So, if you're investing in a parking garage, you are, in fact, aiding. I know that the plan for the city, well, I shouldn't say I know. My understanding is that the plan for the city is that a lot of the support that we're going to be giving is going to be in kind in terms of release of properties that are currently under control of URA.
Got it. Michael is in South Utica, has a question in studio right now. Is the councilman from South Utica, John Jacon. And, Mike, what's your question?
Oh, am I up?
Yeah, you're on. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, folks. Good morning. Lifelong Utica resident from South Utica, Arnold Ave and Auburn Ave. Live in Paris Hill now, but this gentleman sounds like he's running for Senate, number one. Number two, if you think the biggest issue for folks in Utica are roads, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
What do you think the biggest issue is?
Well, I mean, how about people getting some jobs? I mean, how about, not to go off topic on this hospital, but, I mean, I have children, and everybody in my family has young kids, and we're recommended not to go to the local emergency rooms in this area. How about working on that hospital with some real medical care?
Yeah.
Say that.
How
many South Uticans have to go to Slocum? And it's off topic. I understand that.
Yeah.
I know it's hard for.
Well, I want to ask you. Would you? Are you for the new hospital and the downtown hospital?
Well, I'm for something to get something going around here.
Yeah.
Utica is always, it's like Utica's always on the cusp of something really good, and then we get dumped by something like this nanotech thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's always something. Utica, we try to look serious, we try to look good, and it's like we're always almost there, and then something just kind of happens, and then it makes us look like foolish. I mean, even from newscasters on TV, not even pronouncing people's names right. I mean, seriously? And that's the issue.
That's me, Jacon. I've been mispronouncing everything this morning, apparently, to be honest.
I'm sorry. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll let you go on that. I mean, I'm right at work, but
all right. I will let John comment on that. All right.
That's great. Thank you. Good
Thanks,
luck
man.
on your campaign. Whatever.
Okay. All right. Well, there was a bundle there. So
there was a bundle there. First, the comment about maybe I'm running for Senate. Yeah, I guess I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah. Okay.
That I'm prepared for a position like that. But some of his concerns, I can certainly agree with. I can only say from my personal experience, anytime I've had to use emergency services at St. Elizabeth's or St. Luke's, I've always been very pleased with the quality of care.
Well, I will say that one of the issues he might be talking about is a major pediatric outfit in the area will not send their they won't send their patients to Utica Hospital. They have to travel to Syracuse if they need to.
Well, there was a couple of sides to that story in terms of staffing levels and required.
Still, it is
absolutely. It is.
Had the hospital been stronger, they wouldn't be able to get away with that.
Well, the model of healthcare is changing, and that's reflected in some of the design proposals that you see for the new hospital downtown, and that we're seeing building of more and more dedicated outpatient facilities by medical groups.
Yeah, okay. All right, John, we appreciate it. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
By the way, if you want the Jacon guy to come in or the Jacon guy to come in, or we can go back to the Polish pronunciation, Jacon. All those guys are available every day.
Actually, they're not available now. They're at Wimbledon. And okay, John, thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Got a break.